This is fucking
Fair enough.
hours later into the flick.
They cut the power to the building. The whole... I guess it shows there's some sort of sibling rivalry between...
Yeah. Heinrich does the most assholic thing to Carl you could imagine, because Carl's trying to hook up the phone.
No, Carl.
Oh, sorry, it's the other way
Carl's
around.
cutting
I always mix the two up. Yeah, basically, Heinrich's trying to set the phone system up so that he cuts it, but they're still connected. And Carl just says, fuck it, and decides to cut everything at once whilst he's trying to make it happen. And,
It's called motivation.
Or Carl's a dick.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
Or a dick.
He wants the best out of his brother.
I think he's a dick.
And then Hans crashes the party.
Like you do.
Shots fired, all those. I need to speak with Joseph Takagi. Walking through the party.
Listing off everything about him.
Obviously looking at every, I guess, Asian man in the crowd.
No, he looks at everybody.
Yeah,
But
he has all this research except for a photo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
like, you literally had this guy's bio,
Yeah.
but it didn't come with a picture.
He also mentions that he read it in Forbes. I'm like, I guarantee you Forbes would have had a picture of him. So that's kind of dumb.
Then, of course, Takagi steps forward. I'm Takagi. Okay, well, come with me.
Mm-hmm.
Basically explains his whole plan, more or less.
And then basically, it's the first time that somebody is amazed that it's all about money.
Yeah.
Because
he's like, you're not terrorists? Like,
who said we were terrorists? You did in the very beginning when you started reading that shit off the fucking page.
Yeah, your little manifesto that you're
like, that made you seem like a terrorist. Why are you shocked?
Trying to get into the codes. He's like, well, I don't know. And if you do get in, they'll figure out by the morning in Tokyo, and they'll change everything.
And he's like, but I'm not trying to get into your computer system.
Well, then there's no problem in giving them away, is there?
Yeah.
Which was logic. It's like, then give them.
He's right, yeah. He's like, well, then why are you fighting me? Just give it to me, and we'll be on with our day.
Because I'm not trying to get in your computer, so I'll give you the count of 3. Well, you're just going to have to kill me. Bang!
Okay. And that was the first cut where you almost see Alan Rickman flinch, but they cut just in the nick of time. It's only, I think, Ellis that you see it, I think. So there's one shot where you see it, and he flinches like a motherfucker.
So John's in the room, can't do anything. So he pulls a fire alarm, because, like, I guess that's...
Well, that's later on.
John was in the bathroom.
He was in the bathroom?
John was in the bathroom because he went to clean up. Yeah. He had a fight with Holly.
And that's also why he doesn't have his shoes.
Yeah. Because he did the whole foot thing, and then he has a fight with Holly, because he does the typical guy thing of like, why are you taking your old name? She's like, it's a Japanese company. This is how he does. And I will give them credit. Like, he literally, once she leaves, because she's got to go make a speech. This is right before the terrorists come in and break everything up. He literally walks in the mirror and is like, wow, that was good, John. You're not an idiot, and something like that.
Oh, there's like several times in the movie where he just...
Yeah, but in this point, he realizes that he
externalizing, like,
shit.
You're a fucking idiot, dude. What are you doing?
So what happens is they go through all of the offices to try and grab everybody out. And he sees that there's a fire escape right across. So after they pull out everybody, he runs across as they're checking all the other ones. So he goes upstairs. That's when he pulls the fire alarm. Because he's just like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Well, no, they kill him, and then they're looking for the rooms, and then there's a distraction. And then he takes it to run for the fire escape. Yeah. I think he goes to the 31st floor.
Yeah, so well, because they're on the 30th. He just goes up one, he takes a look, and somebody's there, so he goes up to the 32.
He's also pulling a fire alarm to alert the authorities.
Yeah,
so they just had it in their plans to be like, just a false alarm.
He's on the 32nd floor.
32nd.
Because he goes up to the 31st, looks out, and they're there, and a couple of them, I think even Bob Genghis Khan might be his first shot, where he's wheeling something in, so he pulls the door back and goes up to the 32nd. That's when he pulls it, and then that's when...
Because he's seeing people, come in, and just, I gotta duck again.
Yeah, and Alan Rickman is the one who said, like, the fire alarm, he says...
So it fails.
Call them and tell them it's a false alarm, and then disable the system.
Yeah, because he sees the cops are coming, he's happy, and then the cops turn around.
Turn the fuck around, what the fuck are you doing, man? God damn it, and then...
Come down here and arrest me!
And that's when Heinrich shows up.
Yep.
And
with the detonators.
He has the detonators.
And I like this fight.
Yeah.
It proves that he's not fucking Steven Seagal or Jean-Claude Van Damme.
And tiny feet.
Yes. But yeah, so basically, like, I love the line where Bruce Willis, he has the gun to Heinrich's head, and he's like, "You don't hurt me. You're a policeman. Policemen aren't allowed to hurt people." Yeah, that's what my captain keeps telling me. Then he fucking elbows him in the head, and I'm like, that's not... You proved him right. God damn it.
I also like when he's just like, I won't hurt you, as he clicks his gun.
Literally, and then the first thing he does, he goes right around the corner and just fucking shoots first and asks questions later. It's like, yeah, you're just going to kill this motherfucker. You just ruined your own plan.
And he kills him by pure accident. Mm-hmm. By just them tipping down the stairs, and just he happens to break his neck.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what would happen. I mean, falling down the stairs isn't exactly a safe thing to do.
And then he figures, well,
he's got no medical.
I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make this festive.
Well, okay. So first he checks the clothing labels. He checks his ID and grabs the cigarettes and a lighter because, well, he's a fellow smoker, so he knows. And
you know
and
when your last cigarette is, you gotta steal what you can.
That's right.
Smoke them if you got them.
No, that happens later on. So then he decides it's going to be festive, and then he checks the shoes. He's like, Jesus, all the terrorists in the world, I got to kill one with feet smaller than my sister. And then straps him to a fucking chair.
Puts a sad hat on him.
Mm-hmm. Writes on his shirt, and then tosses him down an elevator shaft. Because that's what you do.
Yeah.
Didn't he put him in the elevator and have him go?
Yeah,
that's right.
Because they open it up, and then they're like, "Oh my God, it's Heinrich, and he's dead."
Mm-hmm.
And then
he wanted to send a message.
Yes. Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
I like the read on that line.
Yeah, it's so good.
So he gets his radio, and then he's trying to emergency.
Yeah.
There's a fucking terrorist. Come, send him down.
He's like, this is an emergency channel. He's like, yeah, no shit, lady. Does it sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
Come down here and fucking arrest me.
She's just like, sir, if this is a real emergency, hang up and call the cop. If you keep doing this, I'm gonna have to place you under arrest. Yes, come the fuck down here and arrest me. Just send somebody.
And that's where Al Powell comes in.
Mm-hmm.
He's near it. We get him introduced. He's getting Twinkies for his wife.
Yes, and this is where his
finger quotes wife.
Yes,
I do like the fucking the guy behind the desk. Like, sure, I thought you guys eat donuts.
It's for my wife. It's for my wife.
Yeah,
she's pregnant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey!
He should have got all LAPD on his ass.
You're not fucking...
Just shot him in the face.
Hey, guy behind the desk.
Are you up to date on your collections?
You're not exactly spelt yourself. So
yeah, really. Like, who are you judging, motherfucker? You've eaten enough Twinkies in your life, too. Come on now. So then they tell him to do a drive-by code 2, which I found out a code 2 is literally possible emergency, do not use siren.
Yeah.
That's literally what code 2 means, which is kind of awesome. I found that out. I was like, that's kind of cool.
But before he gets to the door, this is where John climbs into the elevator shaft. You get the whole come out to the coast, have a few laughs. And then what he says, now I know how a microwave dinner feels like.
Now I know how a TV dinner feels like.
So Al goes to the door, checks, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
And he was about to go further where I guess he would have met one of the terrorists. Mm-hmm. But he's like, this is fucking wild goose chase.
Didn't he go in and talk to the security guard and he's like, nothing here?
Well, but there was a second guy right around the corner, and if he would have...
No, he wouldn't, but he still comes in and talks to the
But he's just like, okay, well, I'm not going to bother you anymore. This is obviously nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave.
Off with my day.
This is where John kills 2 more terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
And then he fucking throws one of them out the window.
Well, that's the thing, because Al's basically... Al goes in to check it out, and that's where the dude says, I got $50 riding on this game, and he's like, do you mind if I take a look around? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Got his hand on his gun just in case Al gets froggy. And then Al's like, screw this. Takes off, is getting back in the car, and John's like, Jesus Christ, man, whatever. And interesting side note, when Bruce Willis was trying to break the window with that chair, chair broke first.
Wow.
He tried repeatedly to get him through, it wouldn't happen, and then eventually...
It's almost like office buildings have safety glass.
And that's exactly what happened. They didn't realize that the fucking safety glass, because I guess for some reason they didn't bother replacing the pane of glass. They're just like, we'll just break this one and repay it later. And then, he couldn't get through it.
It's surprisingly hard to break a 20-story,
Yeah.
It's called standards.
Exactly. So,
guy lands on Al's car.
Al freaks the fuck out, and then they start shooting at Al.
Because I guess they're just trying to stop him. He knows, so...
Yeah, at this point, if we stop him, then maybe we can...
They're all trying to kill him quickly, so they...
Although, even if they did kill him, he already ready to do it.
Yeah, he's already
And they would have came onto the scene and saying a dead cop, so...
Well, it's not... Well, yeah, but they don't know he's already... They don't know he's already radioing, because if he wasn't... Because he'd already started radioing. he had the radio on and he was saying like, "Oh, there's nothing here," and then the fucking thing hits. If he hadn't started that, he would have just been driving, so he might not have radioed in yet.
You get the whole "Welcome to the party, pal."
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, I don't know about that, because he might not... See,
he might have died if he did. Like, if you had thrown him a little further, he would have died, and that wouldn't have helped either.
We get introduced to Richard Thornburg, who's going to be one of, I guess, the outside antagonists for this film. There's antagonists both in the building and out of the building for this film. And in between
the
him...
classic political policeman that moved his way up, not by talent.
He gets a truck, but in between those scenes, we get the Yippee-Ki-Yay line where he finally talks to Hans.
Yeah.
They go back and forth about Westerns. And...
Well, yeah, because he basically is just like, oh, the American hero coming in to save the day. And he's just like, he's like Wyatt Earp or... he's like, I was partial to Roy Rogers myself. Do you really think you can win? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Then Al gets a hold of John, who he calls Roy for most of the film. He's like, call me Roy, because again, he doesn't want to give too much away.
Well,
right?
as he says, it's a party line.
Yeah.
Like, people are listening, so it's best not to give my name.
The best singles from the area.
The party line. So Al and John are on the quest line.
I had a weird image in my head, and I hope all of you listening had it too, because that's just fucking hilarious.
That's what a party line.
I'm aware.
It is exactly what
I'm aware.
You ever watch TV at 2 in the morning?
There's an overly painted up chick dressed in like lingerie telling us that we need to join the party line.
Pick up the phone. I'm all alone. Back to the movie.
Dwayne Robinson.
Dwayne T. Robinson.
The chief. Again, proving that this guy, I don't think, has ever been a good guy in a movie.
I will find it. I told you. It will happen.
Because it would be weird.
Yes.
And what is with this guy nailing people to the wall?
It's like
every other one of his characters wants to nail someone to the fucking wall.
I'm actually just mad he didn't fucking tell him he's got the bull by the horns.
I thought he was going to.
I'm pissed off he didn't.
So you're trying to find a movie where Clint Eastwood is happy.
That's true.
Not just a grumpy old man.
I don't think it's possible.
That's scientifically not possible.
It's not pretty easy to do a movie like Grumpy Old Man 10.
That's what I assumed, like Gran Torino 8.
Holly and Hans. Who put you in charge? Well, you did.
You did.
When you shot my boss. So he's like, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
He was pretty nice, dude. He's like, okay, well, what do you need?
He had to, because everything she was saying, like, first of all, he doesn't necessarily need to kill a fucking child. So
he's like, I got a pregnant lady, and he's just he's like, don't worry, she's not going to have the baby now.
Again, knowing the further end of the movie, he needs the hostages to be compliant until their plans.
Mm-hmm. Like, he can't kill them until the end of the movie.
So, he wants them alive and happy, and assuming that they will get out until the grand plan is revealed.
Not to mention, she's absolutely right of, like, unless you want this to get real messy, you're going to start having to take groups of us to the bathroom. She's absolutely right.
That's true. I'll do that.
She's helping him out.
Yeah.
So the TV shows up.
At business.
John should have moved out there. She had the better career.
Yeah. Would she be in charge at this point? No.
But she was supposedly second in command.
Takagi's dead.
Yeah, but she's the second in command.
In the 80s, it would have been Ellis. Yeah.
Would have been Ellis. Yeah, it's just like I need some coke.
Although we'll see. So the TV shows up. LAPD shows up. They try to get in. It fails miserably. Mm-hmm. The 4 guys getting at the door gets shot. Yep. Again, Christmas reference. It was the night before Christmas.
It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, except for the 4 assholes trying to get in on the
2x2 formation. I do like Theo a lot.
Yeah, Theo's great.
Yeah. Plus, they get the car, and it's just like tank.
This big RV from fucking World War II, as I found out. And, by the way, this is what I was talking about how they overcharged themselves for the building. That railing that they drove through, they just drove through it. That was the real railing. And they apparently charged them, quadruple the replacement value of it. They're just like, yeah, fuck it, we're just going to charge you a shit ton for it. So that was apparently one of the most expensive shots in the movie, was breaking through that little fucking thing.
Just going up them little stairs.
Yeah.
And the quarterback is toast.
The police have themselves an RV.
And it gets, like he says...
And the quarterback is toast.
They roasted that thing with those rocket launchers.
Well, because so they bring up from like they basically are bringing up a bazooka. And I found out in German, when the one fucking thing falls, what the guy's saying in very, very broken German is, be careful with this thing. We don't want it to go off prematurely.